What's poppin', y'all? The other day, it was an event comparable to NFL Draft Day, NBA Draft Day, and that was Streamer University Draft Day. Yes, that is correct. The second annual Streamer University. And people had a lot to say. This was Kai's comeback, his first stream in 9 months, and people were already coming back with some disagreements that they had in regards to who Kai Cenat chose, where they felt some hypocrisy was happening.
No hate to Aisha Sophie, but did the rules change for Streamer U? I thought you couldn't be an OF girl and get into Streamer U. But bro picked like one of the biggest OF girls of all time to get into Streamer U. Bro, you might as well let Sophie Rain in there too. I don't know. And then I'm looking at the list. I don't know if this is real or not. I'm looking at the list of all the creators that are getting in. It's like the biggest creators of all time. What do you mean people from FaZe are getting in? What are we talking about? And Sarah Safari? No hate to Sarah Safari. I'm sure she's a great girl. I'm just saying, like, that's like a really big creator to let in a Streamer U. Isn't Streamer U supposed to be for like the up and coming creators or like the small creators or the unknown creators? Sarah Safari and Aisha Sophie? Stable Ronaldo? I don't know, man. I mean, I'm glad Suburb Baby got it, even though he's also a pretty big creator, but like I guess he's like the most.
So this guy must not know. So last year there was like no OF chicks, it's just gonna be there were regular streamer girls that didn't funnel anybody into their OF, and this year there are a lot more women being chosen, which I think is great. You need a good mix. Like, this is a co-ed university, right? Like, let's match the ratios of a regular university. But he chose some of the biggest OF chicks ever, like one of the chicks from the Bop House. At this point, he should have just had Sophie Rain in there because that's like the chief, like CTO, and we're not talking about chief technical officer. She is a chief something else officer of this whole game right now. But with the OF chicks, I think some of y'all forgot. When Streamer University, the first one was happening, Kai Cenat, he was booed up. He was with his girl Gigi. He had a girlfriend. He was doing the whole relationship thing. Y'all remember that? Yeah. But a lot of people seem to have forgotten what Kai Cenat was like before, because I'm just going to give a little bit of a rewind back to May, when some people conveniently forgot and were trying to rewrite history with Kai Cenat. Somebody said, this streamer is just garbage. Just a bunch of corny content. These people lack any kind of creativity or personality. Kai was carrying this ish for sure. And then I replied, and I said, corny content to hate on current streamers like this wasn't an average Kai Cenat stream. Like, he didn't popularize, and then we got some fools talking about like, no, your rage actually started that. Listen, started, popularized. Like, come on. Like, maybe you got to apply to Streamer University so they could teach you how to read. There's a little bit of reading comprehension would go a long way. That says people be trying to rewrite history. And you could see Kai Cenat was doing these sleepovers. He would have them shaking behinds. So when you see the pics and you're talking about OF chicks, well, you've got a single Kai Cenat right now. And, I'm not saying anything. I'm not saying he's like Harvey Weinstein. I would never say that. Harvey Weinstein is a convicted criminal. But he did run one of the biggest movie studios, and he had some wives that looked, you could say, very, very, very different from what you would expect him to be with. And he casted roles for his movies based off of what they would be willing to do for him. Now, would I allege that Kai Cenat would ever do something like that? No. But Kai Cenat is the king of clout right now. There is nobody that's got more clout than him in the streaming space. So I think him throwing all these OF chicks in there is like, hey, let me throw a bunch of them in there. I did them a solid, and hey, I can find my next, not boo, but he said he was never going to do the relationship thing again. Obviously, that's just him being emotional about the situation. But clearly, he's back on his arc where he wants to kick it with the bops, as the young kids say, and that's why they're there. So the whole no OF chicks, it wasn't a hard and fast rule. It was because he had a girlfriend, and he was like, man, I'm not going to benefit at all from this. So now he's throwing them in there. It is what it is. But then the part where I get irritated is when people are constantly bringing up the point of, man, I thought this was for up and coming. You thought wrong, okay? You thought wrong. Streamer University, just because you see university, you're thinking, oh, so this is going to be people being taught how to stream. He explained this last year. No, if you ain't got motion, you can't get in. But he would start revealing some pics. And this is really, you could call it Nepo University, because like I said previously, Everybody that was chosen for Streamer University, it is in my belief that they were chosen before he even said, hey guys, by the way, you can apply. Streamer applications are out now. Everybody was already chosen. They had been chosen. But somebody that was very close to a top streamer who was chosen as a student, Blackboy Max, decided to break into tears over this. I was like, what the hell is going on?
Also, I want to go ahead and say, everybody say W State Farm to go on at almost every goddamn.
All y'all want, bro. You feel me? I'm never gonna come on this and act like something I'm not, bro, or like not be vulnerable and like that, bro. But it's like, I feel like it's healthy to show your emotions to people in your chat, bro. Cause like, you know, like you
Don't do it,
bro.
bro.
All I'm trying to say is people fuck up, bro. I'm gonna keep going. I'm gonna make sure that people get a chance to prove themselves. You feel me? Cause I owe it to myself. I owe it to my community, bro. And I'm just gonna keep grinding, bro.
Keep grinding.
On a real note,
Don't
past, bro. Don't let what you do in the past ruin your future. You feel me? That's my biggest message
Smiley
going
face
on.
emoji.
Obviously,
Smiley
I'm
face
signing, shit, bro. That's healthy.
It
You
happens,
gotta show
bro.
that
Niggas
shit,
emotional,
you feel me?
bro. It happens.
It's
like,
for the
it's
better,
like,
bro. You feel me? Maybe it's for the better. I didn't get in, but at the end of the day, I still went hard.
You got the
I didn't
security on.
I didn't grind this whole year. Yo, appreciate you for the subs, Max.
I got you, bro. I got you, bro.
Congratulations on Streamer University.
Thank you, bro.
This beat on fire, rude boy. From admission, you will receive your email through your student portal login link.
Hold on.
I mean,
He's crying, bro.
they
I feel
will
bad. He was
receive their
crying.
student portal
I cried
login,
on stream
okay?
too, bro. And I wish
So
someone was there
everybody
for me,
who
bro.
they students,
Niggas laughed at me, so I'm not finna
you
laugh
will
at
get
you.
login to
All right, bro. All right,
BLC
let me
University.
listen.
So this guy, Tay Too Smooth, he was in Plagueboy Max's 5-star crew when Plagueboy Max was first coming into the game. So when Plagueboy Max was first blowing up, he tried to bring the team with him. He grew up on Chief Keef, like we did. And he was like, yo, Chief Keef brought on the whole Glow gang. I'm bringing on the 5-star. He got a crib. These guys, they were lazy. And this guy snaked him. So this guy snaked him and he's lazy, kicked him out, kicked him to the curb. And this guy was never able to build motion for himself. Like we pull up his paperwork right now. We've got how many hours? This guy streamed an hour in May of 2026. 1 hour. And then he was like, oh, shoot, Streamer University is happening. Let me stream in June. So he streamed 69 hours in June, which, you know, it isn't bad. And before that, he was averaging like 50 hours, December, January, 50 hours. But he never really caught steam like that, except January of 2025 and February of 2025. But other than that, this guy, he hasn't made it shake yet. And he's breaking down into tears. For what? And he's talking about like second chance at life. This guy doesn't have a criminal record. This guy isn't a felon. He can own a weapon. He's got the internet that we have. Put in a job application. What does he mean second chance in life? Opportunity. And keep in mind, Cenat has pulled up and gifted this guy like 500 subs before. So he's thrown him 500 subs. We have not heard from Tay Too Smooth. This guy hasn't made anything shake. And he thinks he's going to get into Streamer University. Because what? Because Cenat has watched you before and found you entertaining and threw you 500 subs? That's all you were ever going to get out of him. But funny enough, Plagueboy Max tosses him 5 subs. And I think Plagueboy Max, I think he feels bad that things ended the way that they did with this guy, but he slimed him out. You cannot have slime around you. You just can't do it. And it's one of those painful things where you're like, man, why he had to do, it's like why he told, except a different type of why he told for Plagueboy Max. He's like, man, I can't, why do you have to snake me? It's just like the pain in that song. I'm not gonna lie, that's one of the best that's the most emotional King Von we've ever got, which is somebody telling on him. Crazy. That guy he was born to be a gangster. But people that were also criticizing him, saying, oh, you know, he doesn't pick any small streamers. Dude, he picked a lot of small, probably 20% of this were small streamers. And one of them was a very, very wholesome moment that he saved until the end.
This person didn't apply, y'all. This person didn't apply. So it's actually an opportunity on the table just for this person. This person has no clue. If they would like to come, they have wide open arms, okay? There's a streamer who recently just tweeted like, I'm so happy about Streamer University. And they said that they didn't feel like they had a spot to do at Streamer University. As bad as they wanted to go, they felt as if they didn't have a spot to be in Streamer University. So They were like, they don't know if they can go, they don't know where they will fit in, and all types of stuff. And I actually watched this person. It's a small creator. And she goes by the name of I Just Love Puzzles. She will be the librarian. Now she probably wondering, hold on, librarian, what you mean? We have created custom Streamer University puzzles for her to do on campus 24/7, guys. Okay? So she will be in the library doing her puzzles. So grandma, if you want to come down to goddamn Streamer University, you can, bro. Look how wholesome she is, chat. Look at this person. Everybody go to her, okay? Because I've been watching, bro. Look. I've been watching her, bro. And look how wholesome she is, bro. You know? Bro, she sits here and does puzzles. Literally.
Whether you see him or not.
Bro, she sits here and does puzzles, bro, all day.
I see y'all.
All day. So, if you a student on campus, yo, Zach Art, thanks for the 200 gift, appreciate it. Bro, she sits here and does puzzles all day, bro. She be in her own world and stuff like that. So, if you would like to stop by I Just Love Puzzles on campus while she's in the library, guys, you guys can go do that, okay?
So this woman, generally speaking, she's not viral, she's not huge, but she is consistent. Like this woman, I Just Love Puzzles, she has been streaming since January of 2021. And what did she start off with? 11 viewers. You could see, or she probably streamed before that, but she streamed for 11 viewers and then 9 viewers February of 2021. And then she would grow a little bit, 17 viewers in March of 2021. So she's been doing this for 5 years. She's been doing this basically damn near same time Playboy Max is. And you see those red bars going up? We love to see that. That's consistency. And she slowly grew. She would have these different spikes and she was just consistent, putting together puzzles for 5 years. That's what she was doing. And just recently, like we look at the hours that Tay Too Smooth was putting in. She's putting 100 hours in June. The month that Tay Too Smooth took off, he decided to stream for an hour. I don't know what he was doing. She streamed for 70, maybe he was on Kick or something like that. I'm not going to cut him some bail actually, but we'll just leave the potential for that happening out there. 71 hours she put in. 65 hours. She's consistent. She's doing most of her streams are like at least 100 plus hours consistently. And Kai Cenat, I genuinely believe he was there. Now, she did win like a streamer award or something. So she's not, if you're really tapped into streaming like Kai Cenat is, and this guy's plugged in, then you would know about her. And she would reply to this underneath the tweet and say, I'll just say my oldest daughter is 43 and I was an adult when she was born. So somebody said 57-year-old, so she might even be older than that when she replied to the tweet. And she would show her appreciation.
That I thought my life had no purpose. I had did everything that I could do as a mom, as a grandmother, as a teacher's assistant, as a real estate agent, all of these things. Hairstylist, all the things that I have done, right? And it was like, once my kids and grandkids and nobody needed me anymore, that was it. And I was really depressed. I stopped taking care of myself and everything, right? Like my life was really, I had settled on the fact that my life was over. Nobody didn't need me anymore, right? And then when I got here and about a year in, and I'm talking and people are coming around and they let me know how they are being helped in this space, that I found that I did have a purpose, right? And when I say that this stream gave me life, the people sharing how their life was helped, how their life was changed, and how some people say that they were saved by the things that I said, or just for me being there, just loving on them, right? And that let me know that I still had something that I could offer, right? When he did that, I was like, me? like, it was just so, like, you naming professors and you naming the janitors, right? And you go get ready to name the students, and and then you just stop everything in the midst of all of that, and you just start saying these words, and it's me. Can you imagine that? Millions of people would have wanted it to be them, right? And without me even applying, it was me. Thank you. Thank you, Kai.
So this is a beautiful story. Like, this woman, not only did she raise children, raise grandchildren so they're adults too. She did everything that you could possibly do in life, still has a positive disposition, still consistent, and putting in more hours than some of these bums that wanted to get into Streamer University. Like, she's putting in more hours than you guys, and she raised multiple families. This is, man, some people just want it. She didn't even apply. That's also another thing. And this also goes to show, like I told you guys, Streamer University is a clout spirit bomb. So Cenat, he's just farming. All of your submission videos, he already knew who he was going to pick. I think there are some people that he had in mind, and he was like, yo, if I don't pick these guys, or if these guys don't apply, then I'm not going to put them in. But if they do, I will. So that's how I think it went with some of those people. But yeah, if you did a video, or if God forbid you pulled up in person, yeah, you were just to farm the clout spirit bomb so Cenat could pull up to State Farm and say, hey guys, State Farm, Nike, look what I just did. I'm him. This guy was averaging 1 million viewers for this. Did he beat Speed's record? Oh, no. Speed's record is YouTube only. So he was averaging that between Twitch and YouTube. He didn't beat Speed's record yet. So this guy, he's farming the clout spirit. And then people are saying, well, why is it only just famous people at Streamer University? Because the clout spirit bomb's not cast yet. It is fully cast once he's got everybody in Streamer University. So he's like, oh yeah, all you core guys, you're lit. Come here. And it's an even exchange, at least for the big streamers, because of course you need the proper demographics. So you're going to need women in there. You're going to need goon bait for these stream viewers. You're going to need like wholesome people, right? Like this woman. You're going to need popular streamers, and you're going to need a small portion of streamers that are small that nobody really knows. But this is a curation event. Like, this is a creative director moment for Cenat. And this is why I said, like, all these people doing applications, they're not going to make it. So for the small streamers, what I think Cenat did is he learned from last year, and then he chose streamers based on the small streamers based on how would these guys be able to conduct themselves with bigger streamers? Would they be able to capitalize on the opportunity, or are they just going to fold and like do nothing and hide out or something like that? And he chose them based off of that, because you need these interactions. And why do you need these interactions? Because you need some people to break out of Streamer University so you can farm the next clout spirit bomb next year, because he said he's going to be doing it every year now.
I'm about to confirm something that I'm pretty sure nobody didn't know about. Streaming University is happening every goddamn year. For as long as I am alive, as you will be happening, 2027, 2028, 2029, I'm going and getting bigger and better every single time, okay, y'all?
So you need to have 1 or 2 breakout stars every year for the next year for people to be like, oh, damn, that could be me. It's like a lottery ticket. Although you do have some influence, but that's how you get to farm and make next year even bigger with more people applying. Like last year, he had who? He had Yana, Wendy Ortiz, DDG was already popping, but DDG really came up after that. You had, what's her name? India Love. India Love really blew up after too, and she's maintaining good viewership, although she is a menace to society at times. But for the most part, she's doing her thing and she's consistent. She's more consistent than a lot of these guys. This is the thing, man. Let's look up. I gotta pull India Love's paperwork, because she's somebody that's already made it, that can just have people taking care of her as well. And we look at the hours that she streamed. All right, it's not too hot, but She's putting in, she's more consistent. Let's put it that way. She's more consistent than Tay Too Smooth. I mean, in March, she dropped 200 hours, and then she dropped it to like 45 in April, 44 in May. But you look at April and May for Tay Too Smooth, this guy did 55 and nothing in May. So over those 2 months, she streamed more than this guy, and she's already made it. Like, she's got money. If she wants, she could just not, selling herself is not the right way to do. She could pair up into a relationship with somebody that is just going to do for her whatever she wants and take care of her lifestyle. But she's choosing not to do that. She's choosing to still be in this game and compete. And that's showing more hunger than people who ain't got nothing. But let me know what y'all think about this in the comments. Like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell if you enjoyed. And I'm going to see y'all in the next one.